Hello and happy August 1st. This is my August installment of my One Simple Thing tips for just having a happier and more connected family life. So, if you haven't seen my other One Simple Thing from this year, they're all saved in videos under, I believe it's under the file of One Simple Thing. I also have them on my website, which is at sunshine-parenting.com under the file name One Simple Thing. So I'll share a link to the rest of the month's posts in the comments today after we're done. So each month I've been just sharing something that I've learned from my years at camp and that families can maybe try at home or parents can try on their own at home just to create some of the fun and happiness and connection and magic that we see at summer camp every year. If you don't already know me, my name is Audrey Monkey and I'm a summer camp director. And I've been a summer camp director for, this is my 34th summer. So I've had a lot of experience just working with kids and teenagers and our young adult counselors, and also with parents just over these years. And it's just really fun to get to know all these great kids and families through camp. And I've been able to kind of translate some of the things that I've learned through my camp education, my camp experience, and all the conferences that I've been to, and also from getting my master's in psychology, just about little things that we can do to create just a happier, happier life for ourselves and our families and our kids. So this month, it's August, it's the last month of summer. And I don't know about for you, but for me, summer seemed to go really pretty quickly this year. And I know for a lot of kids, school starts just in a couple weeks, or some maybe waiting till after Labor Day. It just kind of depends. But this is a really good time as an individual, as a parent, or just kids themselves, to take a little bit of time to reflect on just how things are going in general in life. One of the things that's come up a lot at camp when I've been talking to kids this year, especially the older kids, is that one of the things they love about camp is the chance to just have a break from kind of the really busy schedule and the stresses that come along with school and sports and all the things going on. And it's really struck me that our kids are really just feeling the same way that we are. Life is so fast paced, and in a lot of our jobs, we're sort of expected to be available and on, a lot of the time. We have our cell phones and email and everything. So I think our kids are feeling the same thing that we are, which is just, it's a little bit too much. It's just like too much going on. And we really need to build in more breaks and more kind of rest and relaxation time. And so that's one of the things that the campers say they get at camp. They just have time to step back from their day-to-day life and just reflect a little bit on what are they really enjoying most, what's going well, what do they want to change. And I love that camp gives kids that opportunity. And I've been thinking that for this month's One Simple Thing, what I wanted to share is we can all create that same kind of just like stepping back and reflection time in our families. And you don't have to go to camp or go on a vacation or go anywhere special to do it. It's pretty simple. All you really need to do is find a place. Well, first of all, unplug, which, boy, I think we can't hear enough about how we all need to take a little more time away from our devices, both ourselves, the adults, and our kids. So really just to unplug, and for at least a few hours, if not half a day or a whole day. And perhaps it is helpful to just be outside or go on a hike or go to the beach or do something that kind of gets you outdoors in a place where you're inspired to think and reflect. And once you get in that setting, and whether you do this just as an individual, which is actually probably the best place to start, is just you as the parent or adult to just model this for your kids, that you're taking some time to just sit back and assess what's going well, what's going on. And then you could also do it as a family, like everybody could create their own or share their own ideas and that kind of thing. But I just think this reflection time, the stepping back, is so important. I don't know about for you, but for me, September or the start of school feels like a new year and a fresh start, just as much as January does. And so I think that it's really important that we can use this time as a reset. And so in these final weeks of summer, why not just taking some time to reflect? And one way we do this at camp that has I really like this idea, and I think it works for individuals too. I actually thought I had done this myself in my bullet journal, but I can't find the list right now. I was kind of in a rush to get started, so I couldn't find my list. But we do something called more of, less of, same of. And we do this with our leadership staff a couple times during the summer. We just get a big flip chart and we make 3 columns: more of, less of, same of. And we just start a brainstorm and just start talking about what do we want to do more of? What do we want to do the same of? So what's going well? And what do we want to do less of? And I have periodically done this just for myself, where I've made a list of things I want to do more of, or the same of, or less of. And I think it's a great way to it's a great way to kind of organize your reflection about how things are going. So I think it really works both as an individual or with your family. And perhaps if you wanted to, and if you think that it would be enjoyable for your family, you could actually do a kind of more of, less of, same of for your summer. And so that you end the summer on a really positive note. You can talk about, hey, what do we want to do more of in these last couple of weeks of summer? What are some things that would be really fun to do? And just maybe brainstorm and get some ideas. And then you could also talk about what has been really fun this summer? What do we want to keep doing as the summer ends? And then what do we want to do less of? So perhaps there's something that hasn't been as enjoyable or isn't leading to as much happiness. So maybe you want to put something on the list for less of too. So, hi, Tracy, welcome. I'll call you Twilight, actually. So the more of, less of, same of is a really great activity that you can do both as an individual or with your family. And I think it's a really great time of year to just sort of take that time to reflect a little bit on everything that's going on and how you can just make this end of summer really positive for your whole family. It's also a good time to just think about kind of for the fall and as you start the new school year, what kind of things you want to do more of, less of, and the same of. So if your kids are really young, this might be an activity that just you and your co-parent want to do together. If your kids are a little bit older, I think it really would be fun to do with your kids. So again, you just get a big sheet of paper and you make a list: more of, less of, same of, 3 columns, and you go ahead and just start brainstorming the lists of what you're going to do. So I hope this tip for August is helpful for you, and I hope you enjoy maybe making either your own list or just taking some time with your family to make a list. I think, and I'd love to hear from you if you end up doing it, how it goes, if you find it helpful. If you are already a regular listener to my podcast, thank you so much for listening. I'm having so much fun, and I have some really fun recent podcasts. Last week, I interviewed some teenage campers about their experiences at summer camp. And they shared just how they felt like they had grown and changed because of their time at camp. And it was really fun. And then this week, my one coming out on Friday is actually one of our junior counselors who is a volunteer with Common Sense Media. He does he actually leads, or with a group, does a parent panel where parents ask questions of high school kids. And these are parents of junior high school kids. And so he's a parent educator as a high school. And so he's really inspirational. So that's my podcast coming out this Friday. And then I have some other really fun ones coming up. So I hope you'll listen to the podcast. If you're a listener or you like listening to podcasts, it's Sunshine Parenting, and you can find it on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, I send out a weekly email newsletter with my most recent podcast and any new blog posts. And I also include links to websites, books, and other things that I've found helpful and that I think other people might enjoy as well. And you can subscribe to my email list at sunshine-parenting.com. So thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your summer. I'll write up a post that goes along with this video for next week. And I hope if you enjoy this one simple thing tip, I hope you look back at the other ones that I've shared earlier in the year. And I see now 2 of our past counselors are here together in the group. So thank you for listening, and hope you guys have a great rest of your summer. And let me know if you end up using this tip, and I'd love to hear how it goes. Okay, take care.